so happy that spring is here and the wildflowers are out, the hummingbirds are back. The sun is not setting until like 7:30, so there's more time for activities. This weekend, I'm going to catch up on some of my garden chores that I kind of have been putting aside. For example, starting my seeds. I haven't started my seeds yet and it's pretty late in the season, but that's okay. We're gonna get started today. I'm not growing too many things, mostly just peppers and herbs and some jamaica or hibiscus tea. First, I want to go into the backyard and take some pictures of the wildflowers and also collect some, or not collect some, get some wildflowers so I can have them in the kitchen. Typically, I would be very against cutting wildflowers, but I think I get a pass because it's my backyard. And there's like hundreds of them, and I'm gonna be the only one cutting the wildflowers. I'm not encouraging people, like hundreds of people, to come cut them. It's just me. I still need to go to the store to buy more seeds that I forgot to buy online, and I want to already start collecting some seeds from the lupins that are growing in the front yard. This year we had an explosion of lupins. There's so many lupins everywhere and it's so pretty and it smells so good. They already started going into seed, and lupin seeds are very valuable to all the critters out there. So if you're trying to collect lupin seeds, you're really in a competition with everything out there. So I bought some baggies that I'm gonna use to go put over the beans, the lupin beans, and just wait until they just pop out of their little shell and I can have my own cache of lupin seeds. I'll stop rambling. I'm gonna go get a little jar with water and we're gonna go collect some flowers. I keep saying collect. We're gonna go cut some flowers. Bless you. Bless you. Do you have allergies? To be for my flowers. Want some more? Ew. got these little baggies. I'm not really sure. I think they're used for party favors, but I'm going to use them to put over lupins so I can collect their seeds and I don't have to be watching them like a hawk. Also, my lips are so red. I was drinking Gatorade. So this year I'm gonna grow cayenne, I can't say it, cayenne peppers, is that right? I'm not sure. Korean peppers and mutton peppers. I'm gonna try to keep it just 2 rows of each so I'm not overwhelmed with peppers. Every time I handle pepper seeds, I'm always worried that I'm gonna forget and I'm gonna touch my eye and then I'm going to suffer. I have actually experienced getting bear spray into my eyes, and what happened was I had bear spray in my car and I just forgot to take it out, and it was a really hot day and the can was just sitting in the sun on the passenger side just boiling. So of course it exploded and it got all over the car, and I didn't realize until I opened my car door and just the overpowering smell of bear spray took over. And so I started to clean the car, and my dumb self didn't wear gloves when I was doing it because I don't know, I just thought, well, I'll just wash my hands, and the pepper stayed on my hands forever. My hands felt like they were burning, and of course I accidentally touched my eyes at some point and got bear maze in my eyes, and I was just in the shower crying my eyes out because it hurts so bad, and I'm just sitting there suffering. Oh, some of these might be too deep, it's okay. Just sitting there suffering because I had pepper spray in my eyes. So yeah, don't leave mace or any canned thing in your car in the summer, in the hot California summer, because it's gonna explode. Ooh, look at this. These are actually red, pink. Whoa, they're so shiny. Wow, why are they so shiny? Maybe they have some sort of like growing chemical or something. I think the hummingbirds finally learned that I'm the one that puts the feeder out for them. So they're not really scared of me anymore and they fly all around me. And I'm wondering if they still have some. Yeah, they still have some because they keep flying around me, and I think that's their way of telling me that they don't have any, but they do. Okay, so before I forget, I'm just gonna write this down here. Just gonna write tray 3, 1 and 2 is mutton. Mutton. 3, 4, cayenne. Cayenne. And 5, 6, Korean. So before I forget, because I will, I'm the type of person who always thinks I'm going to remember things, and then 2 days later I realize I forgot what I was supposed to remember. So for this one, what I want to do is, I have so many different types of basil. So I have sweet green basil, Italian pesto basil. Why do I have so much basil? And Italian large leaf basil, isn't that the same? Italian parsley. Okay, okay. For these, I'm just gonna grow 1 row of each. I know that there are a lot of tools for gardeners to know like the depth of your holes and stuff like that, and I'm just not really that detail oriented in things like this, or things where I'm just doing it for fun. I think if I were thinking about selling things, or if this was for somebody else, I would definitely be more careful. But because this is just for me, really, this is just a hobby, I'm just kind of winging it, and I think that's okay. It's okay to wing things sometimes. You don't have to be perfect all the time. Okay, I planted all of the basils, and now the last one, I'm going to use the last 2 rows to do the jamaica seeds. And this one, I really hope that it grows this year, because I love jamaica, and I think it would just be so cool to have my own homegrown jamaica flowers. But last year all I got was a leafy plant. Oh, I love these seeds so much because they look like chocolate chips. This is one of these plants that I wish I had a greenhouse, because I could just grow it and not have to start from seed every year, because we get really cold nights here in the winter. My plants freeze, so I have to bring them inside, except for the plants that can handle the freezing temperatures. But maybe we'll see what happens with the world, and maybe I can build a greenhouse this year. That'd be a lot of fun, since I wouldn't need it until the fall when things start to get cold. So I have a few months for that. For in April. Yeah, I feel like it can be done, she says with a lot of ambition. So here's what I grew. I will put this in my gardening notebook later. 5 and 6 jamaica. And I have so much seed left that I guess I can keep until next year, but might share some with my coworkers. The last one is my loofah, but I have to soak these overnight. So I'm going to soak these and plant them in a couple of days. I also got some toyon seeds that I kind of just had out for a little bit, and some of them did get a little bit moldy, so that was really unfortunate, but I think they might be okay.
and I'm going to use this cut up tray to plant them because I think it would be really cute to have just a bunch of toyons. I got all these toyon seeds. I collected it from an area that has a similar elevation as as where I live. So I'm just going to use all of this to plant them. I don't know which ones are viable and which ones are not because, like I said, I accidentally left them in a jar and they started to mold. So I'm just going to plant them all.
So I looked up how to germinate seeds from red buds, and it said that I have to pour boiling water on the seed, and then I have to, damn, I should have peeled this first before cutting it. It's okay. I have to boil them, and then I have to freeze them for a while. Oh gosh. So that's what I'm gonna do. I was hoping that I could grow them right away, my impatientness, but that's fine. I guess I'll grow them in like 3 months, and then by the time it's next spring, they'll be a little bit bigger and I can actually put them in the ground. These are actually seeds that were collected by somebody. I found them in the seed library at the library. The red buds, we have western red buds all around here, and they're really, really pretty. They have these really beautiful pink flowers in the early spring. They start off with flowers and then they grow their leaves. We actually have 2 in the backyard, but they're young, so they haven't produced any seeds. And I think it would just be so cute to have all of these pink trees when you look outside the window. Oh, look, some are floating, probably not good seeds. A lot of the native trees and bushes here, they just need a lot of steps to germinate. For example, the elderberry also needs to be frozen for a while, and the acorn is just part of their life cycle because that's what happens here, right? We get cold winters, really hot summers. Next, it's going to be the loofahs. And these are actually, I'm just gonna throw them in here overnight. So I'm not even going to bother labeling it because they're only going to be here for the night. Oh, they're all floating. What does that mean? I know that people, like, if they float, they're not good or whatever, but oh, can you imagine if it's just one that is good? That'd be so funny, but I'm just going to leave them in here overnight, and then tomorrow we'll plant them. They're all floating. What does that mean? Does it mean something? Does it mean something? I think it's really great that we are able to have a lot of cool native options here, like the beautiful red buds that I can just go into like off the side of the road and collect those seeds for myself. I got another milkweed. I planted one of these last year and it was doing so well. And then a gopher moved in and destroyed this area here. It has killed and eaten so many of my plants. The latest victim, oh my gosh, it was blooming so pretty too, and I was really shocked that it lived this long with the gopher around. But yesterday I noticed that it was so droopy, so I just kind of like tugged on it a little bit and it just came out. I put it in water thinking, well, maybe it'll have enough energy to produce seed and then I can grow more. But I don't think that's gonna happen. I think that's a little bit of wishful thinking. I'm gonna leave it in here and see what happens. Maybe some seed will come out. But ever since the gopher moved in and ate like 5 of my plants, I started to buy these like mesh baskets. Let me show you. These here that you put with your plant, you basically plant it and wrap this up with it, and they have been working so well. A plant that I love is hummingbird sage because it smells so good, and gophers love that too. I planted it maybe like 3 weeks ago, and there was actually a gopher hole right next to the plant, and the plant is safe and happy and it's sprouting more pups. So that is so exciting that these little mesh are actually working. And I think this might have been the last plant without, well, my penstemon doesn't have any protection, and so far so good. I hope that it stays that way. Maybe gophers don't like penstemon because it hasn't even tried to eat it, but let's hope it stays that way. So this will be the last plant ish without one of these things. Everything else, nothing I'm planting, even if it doesn't make sense, everything that goes into the ground is gonna have one of these because I'm so tired of this gopher. And these plants are not cheap. They're expensive. Like they can go for like $13 a plant or something. And so I don't want to be spending $13 on a gopher snack. And I'm also not going to kill the gopher other than the plants that I directly plant. I mean, it's not really doing much other than aerating the soil. So the gopher can stay, but my plants are going to get protected. So let's plant this little milkweed. It's so little. So milkweeds are, they basically die back in the winter and then they start growing in the spring. And this, I heard something. This plant actually came with a little oak, but I already have so many oak seedlings that, like the guy asked me, he's like, oh, you have like a twofer or whatever. And I was like, oh yeah, but maybe I'll plant him somewhere too. But I didn't really get it because it had a baby oak. I just got it because it's a milkweed. And yeah, if you don't know, milkweeds are so important for monarch butterflies, and we actually have some wild milkweed here, the showy milkweed. I also planted a showy milkweed last year and also got eaten by the gopher. So I'm going to be collecting seeds of the showy milkweeds that are in the backyard and grow them for next year. The goal of this little patch behind the fire pit is to be a pollinator garden, even though like It's like pollinator gardens are really important for maybe like more suburban, urban areas. But if this is my manicured pollinator garden. And a lot of the plants are geared towards hummingbirds, but then also I'm gonna start putting some heavy nectar flowers for monarch butterflies and hope that eventually I'll have monarch butterflies in the garden, which is the goal. I actually had milkweed at home in Southern California, and I actually had monarchs lay eggs and hatch, and it was really exciting, and I want that again. I just want to be a monarch caterpillar mother and carer. Okay, let's stop chit-chatting. Let's plant this plant. Plant this plant. Oh, Dallie's rolling. Dally is rolling. Not a care in the world. So there it is. There's the milkweed. Here's my hummingbird sage. So it's the next day and just wanted to show you the seeds. So interestingly enough, for the loofah seeds, looks like only about 4 seeds actually sink to the bottom. The rest are floating. Like I said, I don't really know what that means in my mind. The ones that float mean that they're not viable. I guess we will see what happens. And look at the red bud. It turned a really cool bluish green color. It's hard to see on camera, but I thought was really cool. Now that they have soaked for 24 hours, I'm going to drain them and freeze them. I'm back from the store and I got additional seed. I got some sage, some thyme, and some oregano. And I also found a replacement salvia. Look how cute it is. It's replacing the one the gopher freaking killed. I got more of that mesh netting to protect it, but oh, look how pretty the flowers are. They're such a pretty purple, and hopefully these go into seed soon and then I can grow like a billion of them. thanks for watching. That's all I have for today. It feels good to be back outside in the garden. I'm just gonna continue to weed this area for the rest of the day. Well, for the next couple of hours. If you enjoyed, please like and subscribe, and I'm hoping that I will be more consistent with posting, even though I always say that, but maybe this time it will be true. Anyway, thank you so much. Bye.